Welcome to the channel, and in today's video we're going to be doing a ton of upgrades to the Maverick, some functional, some aesthetic, so let's jump right into it. I'm going to start off with the tailgate lettering, and for this job you're just going to need rubbing alcohol and a towel. They do want you to clean the area around the letters as well as the letters themselves, just so that the adhesive will adhere. Now I already cleaned the area, so I'm just going to get straight to it. This was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. I thought it'd be pretty hard to line up the letters, but they sit pretty well in those grooves. The only letter I had a problem with was the I. That was the hardest one, I would say, but still, not bad at all. Next, we're gonna be doing the tailgate lock, and that comes with this little puck here, lock itself, a little cover for the bolt hole, and then they give you this tool to tighten the lock. And all you're going to need is a 1/4 inch ratchet and a 3/8 ratchet with a T30 bit, Torx bit. This kit isn't for everybody because the Maverick does have a locking tailgate, but if you plan on leaving your bed down and this bolt is accessible, someone could steal your tailgate. I'm not really planning on leaving my bed down a lot, but it was only $20 on Ford's website, so might as well be safe than sorry. So to get started, you're just going to want to loosen the nut right here with the provided socket until the worm gear is detached, and then you can take out the puck, and then we're going to take off this bolt here so we can get this black bracket off. Once that is removed, you're going to lift up the tailgate until you don't see white here anymore, and you're going to pull out. And that's how easy it is to take a tailgate, by the way. Then you're going to put the puck on and slide it back in. Now from here, all we need to do is get the worm gear and loop it under the puck and around, and then we're going to reinsert it and tighten it down. So I got it started, and all you need to do is tighten it down. Forget to mention is this bracket will no longer fit, so just rethread in the bolt and then you're all good to go on this. Actually, forgot the little cap. Good to go. Next, we're just going to be installing the stubby antenna because this antenna is obnoxious. And this should be pretty easy. All you have to do is unscrew this one. We're going to come back to the tailgate and do the tailgate dampener, and it comes with 2 brackets. You have a nut here, a bolt, and your shock, and you're just going to need a number 5 Allen, a 27 Torx, a T27, and a T50, and a 3/4 ratchet. Just before we start, I'm going to remove this. You pull the tab up and slide up and it'll come right off. Now we're going to remove this bolt, and this is the T50. just to make things go a little faster, I decided I'm going to use my impact. But with that bolt removed, we're going to get the smaller bracket and we're going to put it behind the washer and reinstall it. We'll have to remove this tie down bracket permanently, so we'll remove the bolts and place them back in their holes. Now for this next bracket, I already put the bolt in with the little nut there. And if any of you are gun guys like I am, this is going to work exactly like M-LOK. So you're going to slide this in sideways like that into this hole. And then after it's in, you're going to turn it to where it's a long ways up. Then you're going to pull to put pressure on it so it doesn't turn. And you're going to tighten the bolt down. And that's going to clamp itself against the inside of the bed or the tailgate. Alright, new plan. I'm going to use these vice grips to grab onto that to put pressure in between so it doesn't twist. Okay, this one might not be an easy upgrade, but it should be a quick one. The vice grips being on there did help a ton when I finally got it seated correctly. Now it's on there pretty good. So now we're just gonna push the shock on. And same thing on the bottom. You're gonna have to pull it, and this turns too, so no worries. There. There we go. Now it's installed. Now let's try it out. Much better. I really didn't think it was going to be such a big issue not having the tailgate dampener, but every time I would close my tailgate, I would want to let it down slowly with my hand. So this is just going to make things a little bit better whenever I go to Home Depot, Lowe's, whenever I put my tailgate down. The next upgrade is going to be something I didn't install, but something I had a professional do, and that's going to be a tint. So the rear window and the two rear side windows come tinted from the factory, but the front windows here and the windshield do not come tinted. So I did get the side tinted. It really helps with privacy. It's very difficult to see inside now. I did leave the front untinted because I like to drive at night and I would rather have more visibility than some privacy. And that's gonna lead us into my next upgrade anyways, which is gonna be the sun cover. So this is the sunscreen from Covercraft. You can find this on Ford's website. I live in the desert, so it is a necessity, definitely in the summer, to have a sunshade, and it does help with privacy too. Now, the one bad thing about this is it is bulky. Since it is accordion, it's difficult to find a good place for it, especially if you have multiple people in the car. But I rarely drive with more than just me and my wife, so I just throw it in the back seat and it's good to go. All the upgrades from now on are going to be interior upgrades. So I'm going to start off with the door sill protectors. Now, just like the tailgate letters, we're going to use rubbing alcohol and we're going to clean the door sill itself, front and rear, so that the adhesive can adhere properly. Now I already prepped the area. We're going to line the back here with this trim piece. The rear piece is marked on the back for driver rear or passenger rear. And with this one, we're going to line it up with this trim piece here. All done. It does look a lot better, a little cleaner. And you just have to repeat this on the other side. This is probably going to be my favorite upgrade, the auto start stop eliminator. Now if you're unaware, auto start stop, anytime you turn on your vehicle, will be on, and you can tell this little A with a dash through it is telling you that it's on, it's just not engaged. So every time you get in your vehicle, you have to come down here and turn it off. It doesn't sound like a lot, but when you do it every single day, multiple times a day, it gets pretty annoying. And that's where this comes in. You're just gonna plug it in right behind your OBD2 sensor, which is this plug right here. So you're gonna disconnect it, and I'll show you that from a better angle here. There are 2 bolts holding this plug in, one here, and one a little bit back there. So we're gonna take them out just to make it a little easier to disconnect the plug. So now that I've got it unplugged, you're just gonna unclip the connector from the back end, and that's where we're gonna plug in the auto stop eliminator. And it only can go in one way. It has a female and a male side. Female will go right here, and the male will plug back into the scanner that was already there. Let me show you down from here because this is probably a better angle. This is your plug that was sitting up here before we took it off. Now I unplugged this piece from the back of it, and then we just put the auto stop eliminator right in between this plug and this plug. Now all there is left is to re-secure the plug on these 2 bolts and zip tie the wires up and make it look nice and pretty. Alright, we got it nice and tidy up there now. Nothing hanging down. And let's test it out. Awesome. So it did turn off without me touching it. And the cool thing about this is it is still functional. You can turn it back on if you like it, but I definitely want to leave it off. Now we're going to be installing this center console organizer, and this is a 2-piece. So you have this top section with a large long bin, a little side bin, and then your coin holders. And under that, you're going to have a deeper bin with 3 sections, 1 long bin and 2 medium-sized bins. And this is just going to go in the black hole of a center console that the Maverick has. So we'll just grab it and plop it in, and then you can take it out, and it still is deep enough to where you can have stuff on the bottom and then in the larger bin and then in the smallest bin. This definitely makes the center console a lot more usable with space. I don't even have enough stuff to fill it, and you still have plenty of space in the bottom. I like to keep mints in my car, so I have a giant bag in there that still fits. The last thing I have is the Ford's Fits kit, and that comes with 2 large dividers right here, 2 smaller dividers right there, over there, a cord organizer, a little bin, a cup holder, and then these little hooks. And what's cool about this is you can put anything wherever you like, or you can 3D print your own. Now how this works is you have these little clips on the back that will mate with these accessory points. So you'll just slide it on, make sure it locks in, and you can keep cup holders here. You can keep this as a trash bin. Maybe if you're more worried about cord organization, you could put this cord organizer there. Whatever fits your needs. Thank you so much for watching. I've been hoarding all these parts for a while now. I'm finally glad to get them in. Very excited about the auto start stop. That's gonna be awesome. If I did miss anything, if you leave a comment in the comments below, and I'll see if I can buy it and make a video on it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.